Good morning. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And I think what I would like to do is close our eyes. Why not? Okay. So I would like for everyone to perform this exactly the way that feels good to them. What feels good to me is not leaving my body, but that's specific to me. So I would like for you to enjoy this in whatever way comes to you. And I'm going to explain to you what I see, and that can be a guide of sorts. But if you decide that you're going off on your own and you want to mute my voice and continue alone, what I guess I'm saying is everything is perfect here. Whatever is best for each person in attendance is exactly what I have intended for these sessions. So I would like for us to either sit or lay down. Right now, let's just send every cell in our body the notion that we are grounded and we are meant to be here. And then in our own time, I would like for us to work through all the different parts of our body, our physical body. We'll work with that first. And you can start wherever. You can start at your toes. You can start at your heart. You can start wherever. But I am going to describe the way it feels for me. And again, if it feels good to simply allow the rhythm of my voice to go into the background while you take off on your own journey, that is beautiful. This is a sacred space where everything is possible. And so our intention is to ground into our physical body. And as I say this, it's almost as if there's a spotlight, as if I'm standing on an empty stage and the spotlight appears with my left toe and then gets a little bigger and pans out to all my toes. And I almost feel this heaviness, this grounded anchoring energy as I feel right under my toes, that I guess you could say palm part of your foot connecting with the earth and going all the way down into the core of the earth. And as the spotlight continues to increase its awareness, its circumference, its depth, it brings attention to the next part of our feet, where they also connect with the ground and go all the way into the root of the earth. As we're doing this exercise, if anywhere becomes stiff, tingly, or any type of a pain or sensation, feel free to adjust the focus to that area and breathe into it. And perhaps even call some colored light to flood to that place. For me, it's my neck. And I will wait until we get to that point. But oftentimes we don't realize that we have these pains or these sensations in our body until we're really being present and focusing on staying in our anchored earth physicality. And so now I feel the spotlight on our ankles. Excuse me. And again, drawing down from our ankles through the balls of our feet into the earth, all the way down through all the layers, into the core of the earth. And then moving up past the ankles to the calves and the shins. And again, feeling that anchoring energy flowing down into the core of Mother Earth. I'm going to take a couple extra breaths here as the knees are often a space that can hold on to a lot of tension, a lot of lineages that have created your own. So a lot of ancestral ties, one could say. Same with the hips. Anywhere where there's like a bendable, movable joint. And the bigger the bendable, movable joint, the more fertile ground for deposits, so to say, of things in your lineage that you might be carrying that might not necessarily be yours. And I'm sure everyone's heard this. So let's just take a few more deep breaths. And as we're doing this, in addition to the spotlight on our, on our physicality, while we're standing on that stage or wherever you're presenting yourself to, as the spotlight begins to draw towards our knee area, and the spotlight is very large and very bright, so it can go all the way around to the back of the knees, okay? And as the spotlight is shining down on our knees and behind our knees, and allowing this anchoring energy to flow into the earth through all the layers, into the core of the earth, really anchoring and grounding us. Can you feel that? All the way from your knees down to the tips of your toes, this grounded, secure, safe, protected. You may even be able to smell some earth energy, whatever that feels like for you. Magma, dirt. Like when you're camping, it has a different smell. When you're gardening, there's a different smell. If you're raking mulch, it has a different smell. That earth anchoring energy. And when we're doing exercises with a focus on presence, grounding, anchoring, it can be so helpful to use all of our five senses. And sometimes one of your clairs will come in and you'll actually smell that dirt smell or that magma smell. And sometimes you simply imagine it. And both are correct. Both are beautiful. Both are perfect in every way. But something like this does actually help us practice our clairalience, our sense of smell, our other sense of smell. So the spotlight is still shining on our knees. And if it's not too much to handle, I envision, excuse me, in the theater, the ceiling is opening up and there's a cascade of bright golden yellow light descending from the sun into our crown chakra and opening up. So what's going to happen now is, since we're pretty well grounded and anchored into the earth's core, we're going to open up to source energy, as evidenced by the sunlight cascading through the ceiling of this performance space and abounding over our aura. And as it abounds over our aura, it's going to work from the top down. Now, here's the thing. You can choose to focus on whichever part of the exercise you'd like. Intuitively, I feel that right now everyone will benefit the most from focusing on the grounding part of this energy, and know that the source energy field, as evidenced by the sunlight cascading through your crown chakra and abounding over your open aura, will go to work all on its own. Okay. And then we'll check in with it when we're done with the physical grounding portion of this exercise. Okay. So now we're going past the knees. The spotlight's shining on the front part of our thighs, our quadriceps, all the way up below our pelvis. And again, feeling this anchoring energy pulling down, rooting us and anchoring us into the earth's energy all the way to the core of the earth. And we breathe in and we breathe out. And remember, when we're doing these exercises, there's no proper way to sit necessarily. You can sit with your spinal column straight, or you can relax. Because we're doing this intentionally. So the exercise, the intention is what matters. So if we're strained trying to keep our spinal column still and maybe it's exhausting us in some way, or it's calling to our brain, oh, I have to keep my spinal column still, then we're not really able to melt into this exercise. And this is what I would like for all of us. And as this spotlight from the stage anchors itself on our pelvis and our hips and our buttocks, we're going to spend a little bit more time here. And as we breathe in and out, I want you to notice anything you might be releasing. Any tension between family members, anything that comes up with the ancestral lineage. Perhaps something will come up for you that you'll realize isn't yours, like a money wound or a particular way that children are to be raised. These are just ideas. There's a lot of things. Just breathe here. You're meant to be here. You're here for a reason. And as we allow this grounding energy to pull from our pelvis, our hips, all parts of our buttocks, cascading down into the ground through all the layers of the earth, into the earth's core, feeling a part of the earth, feeling our place in space on this earth, allowing ourselves to take up space. And now we move up just a little bit, the belly button. It's almost like there's a band around your belly button, like a 2 or 3 inch band wrapped around your belly button. And this spotlight is coming in. You can feel the sensation around your abdomen. And it's presenting this downward energy. It's connecting us with the earth all the way into the earth's core. And we move up to the rib cage, allowing all of that heaviness, that density to fall and ground into the earth, all the way down to the core of the earth, where we're anchoring in every part of our physicality. Next to the chest, upper back, just below the shoulder blades, working mostly here. Again, there's like a 5 inch band. And we can see it tethering all the way down. And no, these tethers don't last. They don't provide any constriction, so to say. They're just anchoring for right now, reminding every part of our physicality that we are part of the earth. We're meant to be here. And yes, we have far grander cosmic relationships, but we are meant to be on the earth at this time. Because there have been so many times that so many of us have just felt this homesickness, like we're meant to be somewhere else, but we're meant to be right here, right now. And every time we start to feel this homesickness, we can think of this energy exercise where we're on this stage, or however it presents to you. And even just remembering this moment will recall us back to this moment and can present a full body grounding. And the more times we do exercises like this, just the simple thought and notion of wanting to ground will ground us. Of course, it's always good to revisit exercises like this, paint them beautifully with your imagination. Because sometimes you'll get new insights. Because if we always do things the exact same way, well, sometimes we're not leaving any room for new things to come in. So it's always good to switch things up a little bit. All right, so now we're going to the shoulders and the shoulder blades. I almost see this type of energy almost like a tumbleweed. It's like it's going in and collecting static and thrusting it all the way down to the earth's core. Oh, that was beautiful. And now this energy is going to cascade down both of our arms on the top sides, and the bottoms. Envisioning this grounding coming from your armpits, your arms, jetting out like red threads of each finger, going all the way down. Can you feel that? From the tips of your shoulders, you can feel your elbow joints. It's like you're getting really heavy. And then as soon as you stop being really heavy, you just feel safe. And I think you know what I mean by that. Just safe, just comfortable. It's almost like you remember being a baby in your mother's womb because you feel so perfect. You know you're divine, but you know you're meant to be here on earth right now. And stay present from moment to moment. Shift your awareness back to the present moment, moment by moment. Not worrying about what will happen tomorrow, not regretting things from the day prior, but being right here, right now. Okay. And now I feel the spotlight shining on our neck as if it's a collar. If you feel compelled to, you can move your neck back and forth. And allowing this anchoring energy to pull down through all parts of our neck, starting at the base of our skull, enveloping that first part from the back of our skull to where the shoulder bones meet the spinal column, and that knob-like button on the back of our necks. It's the place in the matrix where people were plugged in. Definitely want to make sure we ground that area. So I call attention to it by feeling it. All right. Wow. We just went down really fast. It seems like there's kind of a lot there that's been asking to be grounded for a while. This feels great. Can you feel it? Wow. You might have some memories that come up or some emotions. Just allow them. And if for whatever reason right now you don't particularly want to allow them, perhaps recall them within 24 hours and allow them to process. Because if we can take care of things like this within the first 24 hours of them presenting themselves or representing themselves to us, then they're less likely to kind of get forgotten or trapped, so to say, as stagnant energy that can become a physical pain or sensation. Right. Now we're starting to feel the sunlight coming through because the sunlight has been waiting. It's been going over our open aura and working on our energetic body, but now it's getting ready to flood through our physicality when we're all grounded. Okay, this is exciting. Okay, so now we're going to come up past the chin. Now in this part of the exercise, I personally like to touch the parts of my face. I feel like that's very helpful for grounding. So the spotlight is now shining directly over our head. It's almost like a helmet. And so we're going to allow it access to all parts of our ears, our chins, our cheeks, our lips, our nose, under our eyes, our eyebrows, our forehead, the sides of our face. Again, paying special attention to those ears. I feel like they get forgotten a lot. And they want to ground down too. In fact, I've been working with my tinnitus. I have tinnitus in my left ear since 2014. And while I'm not attached to it necessarily going away, I do feel like a lot of it has to do with the need to feel grounded and some kind of collective static energy. So however you want to move around your ears, and you don't even have to if you don't want to, but this is And that's the thing about intuitive work, is you do what calls to you. You don't question it, because the questioning of it is not the intuition. The intuition is soft. It's not questioning. Okay. So now, still working a little bit on the eye area. Perhaps some of us are experiencing some headaches, some extra static in that region. So I almost see it like tree branches coming in, and I almost feel them like coming in through here. And they're kind of just like meeting with the static and holding the static's hand, and the static kind of embraces the entire length of the tree branch, and they go downwards together, all the way into the ground, all the way into the earth's core. Feels wonderful. Ah, beautiful. I love it. Feels so good. All right. So now we are grounded, anchored, rooted in our physical body. We're allowing this cascade source energy light coming through as golden, bright yellow sunlight. And it first presented all throughout our aura, expanding our aura, washing it, so to say, allowing all this light to come through, combing the energy, allowing stagnancies to be freed. And now we're allowing it through our physical body. So however this feels to you is beautiful. I will describe how it feels to me. Again, if you're on your own journey, feel free to allow my voice to simply be the rhythm in the background. It's coming through my head now. It's jetting out both of my eyes, both of my ears, from the back of my skull, taking up a lot of space in my neck region, my shoulders, cascading down through all parts of my arms, my fingertips, and washing all the parts of my chest, my upper back, sides of my body, my entire back, my entire front, my belly area, my abdomen area, the area that encapsulates all of the genitals, moving downwards through the legs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. And again, I picture it as a wave coming back through, flooding through all parts of our physicality, uniting our energy bodies with our physical body. We kind of spread them out to work with them individually there for a moment. Now becoming reacquainted, allowing any static to ground, letting any dense particles or stagnancies to be freed, letting them out of our personal energy orbits, reaffirming that we are meant to be. I am meant to be. I am meant to take up space. I am here on purpose. I am here to embody love, to demonstrate to others through my actions, words, and non-actions, and not speaking, what love and compassion looks like. Here to lead by example, leading from my heart, taking care of my family, being good to myself first so that I can be of service to others, allowing myself rest when my body needs it, and asking for hugs when I feel safe, when I'm with those whom I love. Sometimes even just hugging myself. Remembering my Taurus field energy and how I can focus on it to increase not only my awareness, but to help with the awareness of anyone who comes within my vicinity. Right. Right now, I would like all of us to picture something in our lives that makes us feel safe and completely whole. This can be something that is occurring right now. This can be something that happened when we were young or in the past, or this can be a vision for our future. How do you feel safe? Who makes you feel safe? And then I want to make sure that you yourself know that you are a safe space and you make others feel safe. Your energy is so delicious. So, this not only means that many will want to spend time in your company, but it also means that boundaries are so very important for you. And all boundaries are self love. Know that if you feel called to say yes to something, it's a yes. Know that if you don't feel that immediate response, well, maybe it's up for some consideration. All right. So now I'd like for us to call ourselves back to our physical bodies after this exercise. I do so by starting to wiggle my toes, my feet, moving at my ankles and my knees, moving around at the hips on both of my sits bones, twisting from side to side, moving around my arms at the shoulders and the elbows and the wrists, moving my neck, and my favorite part, touching my face. And then as I feel ready to come back to this place, I open my eyes. Now, for those of you who are doing this independently, you can stay in this space as long as you'd like and come back in whatever way feels good to you. But for now, I'm going to sign off. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day, week, month, and year. Thank you.